So be attentive now. So today our topic of discussion is SI units. So what are SI units? Before doing SI units, before moving towards our main concept, first of all, we should know about the measurements, right? Because we will use the units in the measurements. So measurement is the process of comparing an unknown quantity with a non-standard, right? So,
Yeah.
for example, if table is 2 meter long, it means its length is equal to the standard length called 1 meter that is taken twice. So, we are taking measurement, we are measuring something. It means that we are comparing something. So, measuring is basically a comparison between two things, right? In which we use a unit for measuring. For example, in order to measure the mass, we will use the unit kg, grams, milligrams. In order to measure the length, we will use unit, for example, meters, kilometers, millimeters, centimeter, and so on. There are so much units. Okay. Now the question is, one is called the unit and other is called the SI unit. Can you tell me the difference between the unit and the SI unit?
This unit is like you can use hand span, arm span, but SI unit is a standard unit which like is used for general things like in length you won't use arm. Everybody won't use hand span, arm span. Everybody use length or centimeter, meter like that.
Very good. Now, first of all, we will understand the concept. So why there is a need of organizing, of forming SI units. So SI units, first of all, stands for System International.
Okay.
What happens basically? For example, there is a scientist, right? There is scientists in England and other scientists in, Japan. Other is in China, for example. Other is in any country, Dubai, whatever. So these four scientists are doing some experiment, right, in which they have to calculate the time. Now, the scientists in England record the time in seconds. The scientists in the China record the time in hours. Other scientists record the time in minutes. The same scientists use any unit, meter, minute, second, or hours, right? Now, they're doing the same experiment, but they have chosen the different units. We know that 1 hour contain 3600 seconds. It means the scientists in China are using more seconds. But the man is
Yeah.
in England is taken a smaller unit. While the man in Japan is taken the bigger unit at this measuring the time is meter. So it is taken the bigger unit than second. So now when they're to have to compare the results, so the world gets confused. Whom results we have to follow? Either we have to make the time in second, either we have to make the time in minutes, either we have to make the time in hours. So world gets confused. Experiments will contradict. Results would contradict with each other. So in order to unify the results, in order to make the scientists of the world united at one place, keep them together at one place, there was a committee, there's a French committee in which the different scientists from the world, right, seated and they agreed on some units that these units should be standard. So for the time they chose second. For the length they chose meter. So these are the units that are collected or finalized by some scientists and chosen by them. So these are units are used internationally. We can measure time in hours. We can also measure time in minutes. But SI unit is second. We can measure the length in kilometers. We can measure length in millimeters, centimeter, but the SI unit is meter. So that's the difference between unit and SI unit. So question often come in exam why there is a need of SI system or SI unit. So that's the answer basically. It is clear, Bacho? So
Yes.
What are the standard units used in science? SIU stands for System International Units, right? And its meaning is International System of Units. So it is the standard system of measurement used by scientists all over the world. And why do we use SI units? That everyone get the same results. Got it?
ठीक
And
है
scientists can compare their experiment with each other. If the one scientist is measuring the time in second and another is measuring the time in hours, so how they will be able to compare the results? So in order to compare the results, right? So they should use the same units. Got it? Scientists
ठीक
can compare the results. It is clear?
ठीक है
In
मैम
order to avoid confusion. So they don't get confused, in order to make international communication easier, in order to use these units in science, engineering, and different fields, in medicines, when they have to prepare formula for the medicine, right? So
जी
one is measuring the powder, measuring the drug in kilograms, one is measuring them in milligrams. So obviously the dose may differ. The dose may differ. In it is in kilogram, it is in milligram. There is a
जी
huge difference. So for these reason, the SI system composed SI units. Got it? So SI units are those units that are system international units that are used worldwide, in order to get confusion and in order to get the same results and to
ठीक
compare
है
the experiments. Got it?
ठीक
Now there are, okay, your book has not the division. Na? There is also concept, and we have the SI units that are of two types. First one is base units. Have you ever listened about base units?
नहीं
Second
बस
one is derived units.
हम्म,
No? Okay. So base units are those on the basis of which other units can be expressed. For example, these are the basic unit. For example, length. Length is a base unit. But when we combine two length together, what happened? Area will be formed, right? So now area is derived unit. Area is derived quantity and meter square is derived unit. You are understanding the point? Let me again clear it. For example, length is a base because length is a basic quantity. It can never be formed by another quantity. So it is a basic quantity. So the unit of length is meter. So meter is base unit. Now when we combine two length together, they will form the area. So area is derived unit quantity, and the unit of area, that is meter square, that is derived unit. It is clear now? So in your book, in
basically
the when we talk about the federal board now, so there is a proper division that there are base unit and there are derived units. So in your book there is no division, so we will not touch that. Otherwise, it will get you will get be confused. Okay. So there are some quantities, for example, length, area, volume, mass, time. We can use kg for mass. We can use milligram, but SI unit is kg, right? We can use all minutes for time, but SI unit is second. For pressure, we use Pascal, force, Newton, energy, joule, speed, meter per second. Any question, Ahmed?
नहीं बस
Okay. Now they're saying sometimes these units are not convenient size. For example, the amount of energy the average teenagers need per day is around this joule, right? It is easy
जी
to understand the number if it is written if in the form of prefix. Okay, what is prefix?
like a thing that come before the words
Yes. So when we say meter, right? If I put kilo before meter, it would be prefix. If I put
जी
centi before meter, so it would be prefix. So each prefix has a standard value that we have to remember. For example, in case of energy or work, we put joule. So there are a lot of energies, we will put simply kilojoule or megajoule, right? So these are the quantities prefix that you have to remember. So mega means 10 is to power 6. It means it has 60 after 1. Kilo means 10 is to power 3. Deci. Now these are 1 by means 1/10 means these are in negative. 1/10 mean -1. Got it?
Okay.
100 means minus 2. It is clear? 1 by 100 means 1 by milli means minus 3 power. Milli, whenever the milli comes, you will put the 10 raised to power minus 3 there, or 0.00, like something, right?
Okay.
Micro means 10 raised to power minus 6 here. Nano means 9, minus 9. So these are
Okay.
the basic prefix that are mentioned, and you have to use it again, again and again, yo. So you should remember it. Okay. Any
Okay.
questions up till now?
Yes.
We know that there are other units other than SI units. SI units are recognized internationally, right? And in physics, whenever you are solving a numerical, na, the question is given in centimeter. For example, length is given in centimeter. It's your duty to convert that length into meter because SI unit is meter. If their answer is written in the SI unit, so no examiner will deduct your marks. But if you use units other than SI, so there will be the chance that your marks will be deducted. Right? Now there are other units, right? For time, the SI unit we all know that is second. Standard unit is a second. Other units are minute, or days, years. Length, meters. Other miles, kilometers, centimeter, whatever, right? Pressure, Pascal. Other is Newton per meter square or Newton per centimeter square. Speed is meter per second, and we can also take it kilometer per hour. That if we increase meter to kilometer and second to hour, so it would be kilometer per hour. Volume is meter cube. We can also take it in liters. When we, when we buy milk from the shop, so we can't say that please give me meter cube of milk. We say liter of milk. So other unit of milk, sorry, milk. I'm saying other unit of volume is liter, but SI unit is meter cube. Got it? And 1 meter cube means 1 liter equals to 1 decimeter cube. Got it?
Okay.
Hmm. There are champion snail racers. Okay, they're in the diagram. So they are showing that champion snail racers can move at a speed of up to 0.003 meter per second or 3 millimeter per second, right? 0.003 means milli, 10 is to power minus 3. How it would be milli? Let us check it. Hurry up. 0.003, right? If we have to convert it into 3, so we have to move this point after 3.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we shift the decimal from left to right, whenever we shift the decimal from left to right, the power would be in negative. So it would be 3, right? Into 10 is to power minus. How many digits have decimal cross? 1, 2, 3. So it would be minus 3. It is clear, boys, or should I repeat it again?
No, yes, that's fine.
Right? So that's why we can say that is millisecond. So snail is much slower, much lazier. So it is moving in with a speed of 3 millimeter per second. Okay.
Okay.
Is not a standard unit for weighing speed, but it helps to give us better idea how fast snail can move. It means that how slow snail can move actually. Now these are the questions. Which unit would you use for the following measurement? Choose your answer from table C. First, when the distance across a school playground. Yes,
Meters.
meter. The amount of the ground that a soccer pitch covers.
Meters.
Uh, when we are taking the
Yard.
amount of a ground,
Miss.
we will include length as well as
Meter
width.
square. Oh yeah.
Meter square, very good. It would be the area. How long it takes you to eat a chocolate?
Seconds. No miss for him. I think that it should be nanoseconds.
Oh my God.
Miss Hami just
Ahmed is too
inhales it. He
slow.
doesn't take a bite of it. He eats it whole.
The roasting program is started. Okay. So it would be how long means duration, mean time, right? Good. Question number 2 is which unit would you use for the following measurement? Give the best prefix as well as the The unit, the thickness of the leaf. Yes.
Miss,
Hmm.
microcentimeter.
Sorry.
Um, Miss, I think that for the thickness of a leaf, she used the microcentimeter.
Okay, you are doing a major mistake. Okay, what are you doing basically? You are saying micro centimeter. You are using two prefixes at a time with meter. Micro is a prefix, centi is also prefix, right? Meter is a unit, so you should add prefix with a meter. You are using two prefixes at a time. You should say micro centimeter or centimeter, right? So basically, it is not micrometer, it is not centimeter, it is millimeter. Micrometer is very much low, na? So it would be millimeter, right? Thickness of the leaf in millimeter. Energy stored in food. Yes. Ahmed.
Joules and joules.
Okay. As joule is the smallest unit, but they are asking that give the best prefix as well.
Uh, millijoules.
Kilojoule, no, kilojoule.
Oh,
When we have to take the diet, we get energy in the form of kilocalories, if you remember, not in
oh yeah.
millicalories. So it would be kilojoules. Distance between London and Dubai. Either it would be millimeter, meter, or kilometer. What do you say?
Kilometers.
Very good. Because you should choose a prefix according to the scenario. Up now, here the distance between London and Dubai is much. So we
Yeah.
can't say millimeter, obviously. We can't say meter in this because the distance is long, so we can say kilometers. Explain why this is important that all scientists use the same set of units. Yes, Hamid?
Uh, so that they can avoid, uh, so that they can avoid like misinterpretation of values
Hmm.
and confusion between one another.
Yes. Measurements can be accurate, confusions and mistakes are avoided, results can be compared worldwide. Right, not only in that not only they perform the experiment that were all able to test only in that city or only in that country, so results can be compared worldwide through experimentations. Got it? Okay, now people in different countries use different unit of mass or length when buying the food or other goods. Explain why does this not usually cause problem.
Because just because
Yes.
nobody does experiments on foods.
Hmm.
Because nobody does experiments on food.
Okay, what do you say, Ahmed? Hamid,
Miss,
sorry.
no, no, miss, it's because I think it's not that serious as when like
Hmm.
scientists use the units because here we're just buying, you know, like the
Okay,
saman, so it's
basically,
fine.
when we talk about SI units, na, so SI means international. There is a huge I. I means international. So they are talking about the locality, that countries, people in the countries, in their countries, not internationally. So the problem is there when we have to compare the results internationally. Got it? So people in each country are familiar with the local units such as kg, pounds, liters, and goods are measured consistently within that country. When needed, units can be converted accurately, so trade and shopping are not usually affected because the results of that cannot be, compared internationally. So we have to face the problem when we have to compare the results internationally. Got it?
Yeah.
It is clear, but any confusion up till now or any question, so you can ask. Feel free to ask.
The